Hi there, and welcome to Apple World.
I truly felt like we were companions. She made us foes such that I couldn't you all the 2024 Super Bowl grabbed our edges yet listen, everything unquestionably revolves around to be a ton of pressure among Beyonce and Usher, since word on the roads is that Usher feels a kind of way about Beyonce reporting her new collection during Super Bowl, since he feels like she attempted to take his sparkle while Usher's presentation at the Super Bowl was astonishing, and he even broke the record for the most Jet show. He was as yet dominated by Beyonce's declaration of her new collection, and Usher has been tossing some monstrous shade at Beyonce on the grounds that he feels like she might have given him half his second without embedding herself access to his defining moment. So is this why Usher released the insight about his wedding to definitely stand out enough to be noticed back on him, rather than Beyonce. I simply need to apologize to Usher, since it should be your evening, yet Beyonce came and said so. It's seeming to be Usher. Mr. Still Your Young Lady feels the top of way about Beyonce and declaring her new collection at the Super Bowl, and he feels like she attempted to take the consideration from him on a sweet dreams that ought to have been about Usher. People were in any event calling the Super Bowl the attendant bowl. However, he originally reported that he was the main event during the current year's Super Bowl in November last year, and there were elevated requirements that he would gobble the presentation up on the grounds that, well, this is Usher child, and you all realize that Usher is continuously eating his exhibitions. He was gobbling up his exhibitions many evenings on his attendant show in residency in Vegas, to such an extent, he even demolished Keke Palmer's relationship. In any case, fans were anticipating his presentation, particularly in light of the fact that it was coming so not long after fruitful Vegas residency, endured right around 2 years. It was in every case totally sold out, and from his exhibition at the show, we should simply say that he had more than merit the publicity than he got on the grounds that he ate and left no pieces. Without a doubt, there were a couple of tangles to a great extent, like Alicia Keys' opening notes. Yet, get into that as far as possible the present moment yet, while Client's exhibition was perfect, and, surprisingly, broke records for the most observed Super Bowl halftime ever. It, some way or another, was the most discussed occasion that evening, since it was totally eclipsed by 2 or 3 occasions that were moving via web-based entertainment and put Usher's exhibition in third. Put now on one hand, there was Kanye West and the way that he had burned through $7 million for a 30 CG business, which he didn't actually have the financial plan to shoot, since he had spent the whole spending plan to get the schedule opening. So what he did was make a 30-second video discussing his item and advising individuals to shop the site. Hello you all, this yippee, and it's my business, and since we burned through all the cash on the business spot, we really need spend any cash on the genuine business yet. The thought is, I believe you should go to Yeezy.com, yet EZY. Helmani, I'm going compose it at the lower part of the screen, and I got a few shoes, and that is all there is to it. Yet it worked in light of the fact that the ad changed over into deals and Yeezy move in excess of 200,000 items in the initial 24 hours later, the Super Bowl, and they pulled in about $25 million in complete deals now, while Kanye's peculiar promoting systems occupied from Usher exhibition truly captured everyone's attention. Was Beyonce's notice with Verizon. The ad endured one moment yet. Key rumors from far and wide suggest that she was paid about $30 million for the promotion, which is a crazy measure of cash. Briefly promotion, yet hello, this is Beyonce we're discussing, so you realize they needed to accompany that coin broke the web again. Gracious, it's coming in super quick. No doubt Verizon 5G, the organization, is insanely strong. I wagered you couldn't break that bet. I can stand by what Beyonce breaks the web, yet could she at any point break Verizon? It was way off the mark. Time for an unexpected drop. Did I break it? You broke me. A good, gracious presentation of Beyonce is what the genuinely point. No, I'm running for Beyonce of the US. Might you at any point hear me now? What about the primary lady to send off the main rocket for the principal execution in space? Wow, Verizon didn't break you. Won't break me actually works all right. They prepared drop the new music while the whole promotion was all around good. They truly got individuals talking when she said drop the music, which fans interpreted as meaning that she was dropping new music. So we rushed to Tile and Apple, and all of them puts. Yet what was intriguing was a couple of days before this, fans began to estimate that another collection was on the way at the Grammy. She was dressed extremely country style, and individuals speculated that the new collection would have been a country one. This surmise ended up being exceptionally precise in light of the fact that she declared another collection Renaissance Act 2, which is dropping on spring 29th. Yet upon the arrival of the Super Bowl, she likewise dropped 2 new melodies, Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages, and they were shock drops that individuals just learned about. The due to Verizon N, and it had individuals discussing Beyonce and her forthcoming collection well. Astonishment, shock, Beyonce and her collection declaration totally eclipsed Usher's presentation at the Super Bowl, and her collection was the main thing individuals could discuss. All the roads were saying that this was a likeness. Beyonce was attempting to propose an attendance wedding in light of the fact that you all took all that sparkle. So despite the fact that Usher broke history as the most observed Super Bowl execution in history, he actually wasn't the most discussed occasion of the night. You all, Beyonce, even gobbled the Super Bowl itself up on the grounds that a larger number of individuals were discussing her than the way that Taylor Quick's Sweetheart and his group won. Currently, individuals are beginning to hypothesize that Beyonce has been doing an extremely shrewd but very low-key carry out of this collection directly in front of us. We were unable to try and see it at the time since it was unobtrusive to the point that everything happened normally. So you all recall Jay-Z's discourse at the Grammys when he was tolerating the worldwide symbol grant. Right, well, he brought their little girl Blue Ivy in front of an audience while he acknowledged the honor. Then he continued to tear the Grammys another one for reliably denying Beyonce of a collection of the year grant a large number of years. You know it's music and it's viewpoint-based, however you know a few things you realize I would rather not humiliate this young woman, yet she has more Grammys than everybody and never won collection of the year, so even by your own measurements that doesn't work. Contemplate that the most Grammys never won collection of the year that doesn't work now at the time. Individuals found it peculiar that he was hauling the Grammys for not granting Beyonce for her collections, but rather she wasn't even assigned during the current year. She didn't drop new music last year and had 0 designations. As a matter of fact, the main explanation she was at the occasion in any case was that she needed to show support for her hubby, while he won the honor in addition to Sheila. As prodding her down home collection. However, at the time we truly didn't have a clue about that. While it was charming of Jay-Z to defend his better half, fans couldn't help yet. Can't help thinking about why he picked that specific chance to talk on it in light of the fact that again she wasn't. Named individuals thought it most likely had something to do with him feeling pungent over the way that Taylor Quick won collection of the year, a record multiple times yet for reasons unknown. This was all important for the collection carryout, you see, by raising the way that Beyonce had missed out on the collection of the year multiple times. Jay's effectively got the web discussing Beyonce and how great her collection was, the way that she had always lost collection of the year, and how unreasonable everything was. This normally created a ton of buzz encompassing Beyonce and her collection, and it was a moving subject via web-based entertainment for a really long time again. This all occurs so normally, particularly since Jay-Z recently shielded Beyonce after she missed out last year. He had made a few strong focuses about why Beyonce had the right to win collection of the year, saying, "Look how it's treated, the way of life, look how the energy of the world moved, they play her entire collection in the club. Everything is astonishing. Everybody's enlivened. It has roused the world. It's motivating imagination when it simply rouses innovativeness. That is a collection that must be the collection of the year. It must be." He then hammered the Grams for being one-sided towards Beyonce, saying that in all actuality, we grew up needing to be on the Grammys. It was our objective. We simply maintained that they should hit the nail on the head. Clearly, it's music and it's all emotional. However, you became me in the vicinity, that is all we need. We simply believe that they should take care of business since we love it so much. We grew up watching Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder. Stevie Marvel won 3 out of 4 years straight. Currently, I'm not saying that he wasn't hurt by her missing out on the grounds that he was nevertheless an evident Jay-Z design. He additionally transformed that misfortune and agony into something lovely, and they're exploiting his set of experiences of guarding Beyonce against the Grammys to carry out her new collection, and I won't lie, they did it flawlessly. All aspects of it were arranged out, from the rancher outfit to Jay-Z having Blue Ivy on the stage while hauling the Grammys. It was all cautiously and meticulously arranged. I mean, clearly, they showed up later than expected to the Grammys, and when Jay-Z expressed out loud whatever he expected to say, they all got up and left the Grammys quickly. The Carter family left just after Jay-Z's discourse. They didn't remain till the end. AF was constantly my opportunity. I got back home, and I mean to consider it, Beyonce truly goes to grant shows in the event that she's not assigned yet. She went to this one as if to make the entire world contemplate her, and afterward plunged, better believe it. The distraught is a somewhat frantic thing. The declaration at the Super Bowl was only the clincher, and again, this is a splendid expert class of carry-out, in light of the fact that it has been happening briefly and individuals didn't actually acknowledge what was happening, in addition to its sort of accumulation. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.